Have you ever used those freelancing platforms like Fiverr or Upwork?
No, I think it's hard to compete on those platforms because they're filled with people from other countries where they can, lowball, not lowball because in their currency it's a lot, but they can say, I'm willing to do this work for $15 an hour. And I'm just like, $15 an hour, that's minimum wage here in Boston. I can't live on that. And the kind of people on that platform, the kind of customers on that platform that it attracts are looking for someone who's willing to do the work for low pay, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm not interested in trying to compete against that. I'd rather find people that are more interested in, like, they're willing to pay more money for what you bring, right? Because, like, for example, if I'm trying to sell accounting services, like, I've seen the accounting work of those other companies that
Hmm.
charge less and they're overseas and things like that, and the quality is very subpar. Like, they promise amazing things, they make all these big promises, but then it takes a few months for the client to realize, wait a minute, they made a mistake here. Wait, there's a mistake there too. Wait a minute, I also found another mistake here too. And that's a nightmare to clean up and fix retroactively. They have to ask me to clean it up, and they're willing to pay, right? Um, but it takes them a few months to realize you kind of like get what you pay for, right? The guy doesn't know how to do the job. I had a client that I ended up dropping. I dropped this client, but I was willing to train the new guy. And he found this guy on Upwork or something like that. And this
Oh,
guy was charging $15 an hour for bookkeeping. And he is based in Kenya. So for him, $15 an hour is good money. And then for my client, I was like, are you sure about paying this guy $15 an hour to do your bookkeeping? And he said, yeah, sure, why not? I get to save money and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, are you sure he can do it? Yeah, I'm sure he can do it. And so I'm training this guy. I've got on 3 different calls, 1 hour each, training him. And
hmm.
then, like, he was kind of like asking me basic stuff. He wasn't really understanding what I was training him on. It was basically, it wasn't what I expected. It's not quality.
Hmm.
And so I warned my client that I was dropping. I was like, maybe I said, maybe a year from now, you might discover there are some mistakes with the work. He said, well, it's okay. I'm paying him so little that when it comes time to fix it, I'll pay less money to fix it than what I paid this guy. I was like, okay. So those are not the kind of clients I want anyway. So
Well, that's music's my ears. And my audience has heard me say this several times because yeah, I have a freelancer background and I have never used Fiverr or Upwork. Well, I've used them as a customer, and I've kind of pulled back because of what you said, to be honest.
so you've
But yeah,
experienced the same thing as a customer, like the
yeah, I
quality
mean,
of the work, right?
it's like you got to hunt so hard to quote unquote, quote unquote find someone who can actually do the job. And to me, that's not worth it. But as a freelancer, I've never used them because it's kind of like going to the bargain basement in terms of rates, if we're going to be honest. And you would just do so much better to actually get out there and do what a lot of people are afraid to do: cold call, get out and network, go to your business chamber of commerce. Y'all have meetings where you can give your 60-second pitch of who you are, what you do, and how you can benefit the people there. Get out there and actually do the work, and you'll get these clients that are willing to pay you what you're worth because they have the budget to do so, and they're not bargain basement custom clients in the first place. They have a budget dedicated to this. It can go to you or it can go to someone else. Why not just make it you?
I agree. I like that mindset.
Yeah. So that's it's very powerful to hear you say that.
Well,
But
it's interesting that I'm not the only one who experienced that. Like, the quality of the work just wasn't up to my standard. I thought maybe it was just me when
oh
it
no,
came
no,
to hiring people on Upwork. Yeah.
I have friends that have stories too. It's not just me, and it's not just you. So yeah, but like you say, you get what you pay for. So it is what it is.
Mm.
But for the record, I know some people and they be like, Elijah, are you bashing Fiverr and Upwork again? They have a place. I'm just saying that I want to get y'all in the high five figures or maybe low six figures when it comes to freelancing and you have your skill set. if you want to get to that range, you're not really going to get there using Fiverr and Upwork unless you're going to go through a lot of, unless you're going to work an unreasonable set of hours, which I have no desire to do.
Yeah, because the platform, I think they also, is it 10% or 20%? They take such a
their service fee.
Huh?
Their service fee, yeah.
Yeah, it was such a big cut. I was like, that's insane. Yeah, it's such a big cut for what they're charging, right? Because really, it's almost just like what I would consider like a Tinder, but for freelancers and clients. Isn't it though? It's just like it's almost like just like a matching platform, right?
Well, at least with the matching platform, if you take the relationship off the platform, which is the point, they don't mind. Fiverr and Upwork, you try and do that, they'll give you the boot as a freelancer. That's the biggest reason I never even got started with them. Because then when I finally found someone that it would work out in terms of whatever I'm trying to get, I would use them repeatedly. And I would try, hey, do you want to take this off of Fiverr so you don't pay a service fee, and neither do I? And they were always kind of scared to, because in their terms of service, that can get them kicked off the platform, and that's their only source of leads.
Yeah.
So that was already a turn off.
I hated it. I hated it as a client because, like, I just want to send like a quick email to the freelancer or something, and I want to use my email for my phone, right? But because I'm forced to use Upwork or something and be in their platform with the messaging, I'd have to log into Upwork on my computer, start typing, blah, blah, blah. And then when they message back, then I get an email from Upwork saying I got a message, click here to log in and take a look at the message. I was like, this just doesn't work for my workflow.
Yeah. There's so many extra steps, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sup everyone, y'all just watched a clip from one of the episodes of the Side Hustler Society podcast. If you want to check out the full episode, you can click on the link in the description right now, or click on the video that's showing in the end screen. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell notification if you want to be notified when another episode drops, and a thumbs up on this video is very much appreciated. I'll catch you in the next one.